Hello and welcome back. Today we talk about the Masterbox Lite 3.1. On the front here, don't see too much, so let's spin it around to the side here. And here we have like materials, dimensions, and fan support and all that good stuff. So if you want to pause the video here and check that out, do that. But let's switch to the other side here. On the other side here, we see that this comes with a dark mirror front panel and also customization for trim colors. But let's open the box up and see what's inside. So here you have the product itself, the case. Let's spin it around so you get a better look of how everything looks. We see the front panel that is see-through. On the side here we have the punch out. On the back we have the 4 expansion slots, the included fan. And on the inside here we see there's a goodie box with some stuff inside. Let's look at that a little bit later. But taking a look on the front and the top side here, we can see that there is no fan support at all on the top. There's just a flat piece of metal. But let's go back to the front here and we see the reset button here. We see the headphone jack as well as the microphone jack, and of course the power button in the middle, and it feels really nice to press. We have the 3.0 USB and one 2.0 USB, as well as the HDD LED. Continuing talking about the front, we get these trimmings in different colors that comes with the case. So you have the black and the white and the red theme, where you can switch it up a little bit and so forth. And that also goes for the bottom side, as I'm gonna show here. These bezels are the air intake for the front fans and can be even further be customized by downloading the 3D printed schematics directly from their website. But let's take a look on the inside of the case. And here we have the goodie box. Let's open up and see what's inside. So it's basically just these plastic things we looked on before. And we also get stuff like these plastic stripes for better cable management. We of course also get the included screws and distances for this case. On the inside we also get the typical matte black finish that comes with every Cooler Master case, well, most of them at least. Looking on the inside of the case, we have these cables, which is of course the front panel cables, like the buttons, the USB, the audio, as well as the USB 3 there. On the inside there is not much more to look at when it comes to what comes with. Well, if we spin it around a little bit here, we see that there is one fan that comes with, but like many pictures on the internet, there is no fans at all on the front here, so you won't get any intake fans. That's something to really think about when you buy this case. Supported motherboards for this case is both micro ATX and ITX, and here you can fit 2 3.5-inch hard drives. You have the cutouts for both the CPU and PSU cables, and you also have other cable management cutouts here. You can also fit a quite nice AIO on the front here. You have nice space for that. So you could fit a double 120mm AIO in the front or a single one in the back. And an AIO is a pre-built water cooling loop. But looking on the back here, we can quite clearly see that there's been some thought into the design of this case. Like, we have a lot of space for cable management here in the bottom, all the way up to the front and back. But there is one thing I need to talk about, and that's that there's no hole for the 8-pin CPU power up here. You know, no hole at all. Which is kind of even cheap cases have that today. But let's take a look on the other side here. And on the real back here we see the fan that comes with, as well as the PSU cutout, as well as the 4 extension slots and the IO shield slot. Let's take a look on the front here. I'm gonna pan it around so you can see how nice it looks, and this is something that many case makers do. They make the front look real cool and nice, but the airflow is actually being quite hurt by that. So the only way air can, get in this case is from the top and bottom bezels there. So this case could be much better when it comes to cooling, but it's being hindered by the front panel. And speaking about panels, we can't forget about the side panels, so we're gonna take a look at them here. and they feel real nice, especially if you look on the plastic one here, the glass panel, which is acrylic. It feels nice, and it actually comes with these, you know, rubberized screw points as well as extra padding on the middle parts here, so it doesn't vibrate or anything like that. But that's something that I haven't seen other makers do, even when it's, you know, these more expensive glass ones. But let's look at something that I've been thinking about while building in this case, and that is, since you don't have, you know, any fans in the front here, you only get basically this fan, and if you flip the power supply, you get another fan that can suck out air. So if you have that in that setup, you can actually suck out air quite well in this case, and create negative pressure, and by that sucking in air that comes from the front and then goes through the whole case, you know, out the power supply and out the back fan there. So that's something that you can do if you don't have any fans from the beginning. Looking at the case now with the system in it, we see that you can install quite a lot of hardware in this case and still not really feel cramped. You can see that you can fit quite a long graphic card before actually hitting the front, especially if you don't have an AIO or any front fans there. But even with front fans, you can install almost any length that you want. We also see that the SSD fits on top of the 3.5-inch cage over there. And the cable management holes on the side here is pretty nice, but I would actually want some more on the underneath side here. So that's something that I would like to see in maybe revision 2 or something. But let's take a look on the back here. And this is not a nice cable management, I know. I basically just threw this together quite quickly. But you have a lot of space still, even though this is not a power supply that can disconnect any cables. You have a lot of more space. But we see here that I had to do something that you shouldn't really do, and that's to put the 8-pin power connector between the motherboard and case. And you can also see here that there's a lot of space for the front panel connectors and so forth, and maybe a little bit too much. But let's take a look on the back here. We can see that the power supply can be fitted both side up and, fan side up or fan side down. And looking at the fan side down part, we see that you get this nice dust filter that is really easy to take out and clean and then put back in again. So that's something that I really liked about this case. And if you take a look on the front, we see that on the bezels there is a little filter there for dust too, but it's a little bit bigger mesh type instead of the finer one that's on the power supply. But let's spin this around a little bit with the system in it, with everything on, and I'll let you see how it looks. I really like building in this case, but as with all cases there are some positive sides and some negative ones, and the most negative one here is the 8-pin connector not having a cutout for itself. I don't know what they were thinking there, but there's certainly something they will solve in future cases. But now, let's go to the giveaway section. But before that, I want to give a shout out to Letho, who's been a subscriber for long. Let's see who's gonna win this weekend's giveaway. Well, it's not really weekend right now, it's like Wednesday, and I'm sorry for that. But let's spin the wheel and see who's gonna win this week, I guess. Sub you for Christ. Let's see what game you are going to get. So, let's see, Sub you for Christ, what game are you going to win this weekend? Let's do a lucky shuffle and see what the wheel will give us. Congratulations, Sub you for Christ. You want a copy of Doom? So just hit us up and we're gonna send it over to you. Remember to subscribe and click a bell notification for more videos, as well as like, comment and share. to be in the next weekend's giveaway. Just see to it that you have subscribed and that you have commented on the video. If you have done that, you will be in the next weekend's Spinning the Wheel giveaway. Thanks for watching, have a good day now, bye bye!